Yo guys, welcome back to yet another video, and today we will be looking at a Real Madrid Liverpool combined 11 ahead of the Champions League final. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Starting off at goalkeeper, I've gone for Courtois. Now don't get me wrong, I think Alisson is a fantastic keeper and he's had an amazing season. He's kept 20 clean sheets in the league and is certainly better than Courtois when it comes to playing out from the back. But in my opinion, Courtois has a much inferior back line in front of him compared to Alisson. And still, they've both kept 4 clean sheets in the Champions League. And what makes this more impressive is that Courtois and Real Madrid have definitely faced a more tougher opposition en route to the Champions League final. With all due respect to Benfica and Villarreal, Real Madrid have faced PSG, Chelsea and Man City on their way to the final. So the fact that Courtois has kept the same amount of clean sheets as Alisson is certainly impressive, and that's why I've gone for him in goal. Moving on to right back, I've gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think Dani Carvajal has definitely played his role for Real Madrid en route to the Champions League final, but Trent Alexander-Arnold's numbers are too good to ignore. He has 19 assists in all competitions this season, including 4 in the Champions League. I do think Dani Carvajal is the superior defender compared to Trent Alexander-Arnold, but attacking wise Trent is clear, and that's why I've gone for him at right back. Now moving on to centre back, for my first one I've gone for David Alaba. In the summer of 2021, Real Madrid's defence went through a very big transitional phase when they got rid of Sergio Ramos and Rafael Varane. They then brought in David Alaba on a free from Bayern Munich, and he's helped them reach the Champions League final in his first season. And he's done this despite not having a solid centre-back partner next to him throughout the whole season. Though Eder Militao and Nacho Fernandez are decent centre-backs, they are not usually centre-backs that you would associate with a club like Real Madrid. While someone like Konate has had an amazing debut season for Liverpool, the transition has been much easier for him considering the world-class and experienced defenders he has around him. And of course, David Alaba's centre-back partner is none other than Virgil van Dijk. After spending most of last season out with injury, many were not sure if he would ever return to his top form, but he certainly has done so. He makes any centre-back next to him look good and is a big reason why Konate has fitted in so easily at Liverpool this season. He is still the best centre-back in the world and therefore makes it easily into this combined 11. And to complete the defence, I've gone for Robertson at left-back. Similar to Trent, his numbers have been incredible and he's managed 15 assists in all competitions this season. I do like Ferland Mendy and I think he's been a good replacement for Marcelo. But I do think that Liverpool have the best fullbacks in the world considering how important they are when it comes to Liverpool's attack. Now moving on to the midfield, I've gone for Modric as my first pick. Without him, there's no way Real Madrid would have made it to the Champions League final and probably would have been knocked out in the last 16. At 36, not only does he control the midfield, he also got crucial assists against PSG and Chelsea to help Real Madrid progress to the Champions League final. He has already won the Champions League 4 times and is in his 5th final, making him one of the greatest midfielders of all time and definitely worthy of a place in this combined 11. Moving on to my second midfielder, I've gone for Casemiro. It was a difficult choice between him and Fabinho because Fabinho has also had a very good season. In fact, it was his crucial goal in the semi-final second leg against Villarreal that helped Liverpool progress to the final. But Casemiro gives something to Real Madrid that no other player does, and this was clear to see in the semi-final first leg against Man City. He was on the bench that game due to lack of fitness, and his defensive presence was clearly missed as Real Madrid conceded 4 goals on the night. He then returned for the second leg, and Real Madrid only conceded 1 goal, winning 3-1 on the night and progressing to the Champions League final. And the final player that I've gone for in this midfield 3 is Thiago. This is because Thiago offers Liverpool something that no other midfield player does. Players like Fabinho and Henderson work really well in a Klopp system, but lack the superstar quality on the ball that Thiago has. His long ball passing is among one of the best in Europe and helps speedy players like Salah and Mane run into space and score goals. I would like to give an honourable mention to Camavinga though. At 19 years old, he's come off the bench several times in the Champions League to help turn the game around for Real Madrid. And now it's time to move on to the front 3. At right wing, I've gone for no one other than Mo Salah. He's had yet another prolific campaign, scoring 23 goals in the Premier League and getting a further 14 assists. Add to that, he's managed 8 goals in the Champions League as well as 2 assists. That puts him at a goal contribution of 47 goals this season in just 50 games. Gareth Bale, on the other hand, has only made 7 appearances in all competitions, struggling with injury for most of the campaign. Up front, I've gone for quite possibly the best player in the world right now, which is Karim Benzema. At 34 years old, he's had the best season of his career, scoring 44 goals in all competitions and also getting 15 assists. That puts him at an astounding 59 direct goal contributions in just 45 games. En route to the Champions League final, he scored a hat-trick against PSG in the last 16 second leg. He then scored a hat-trick against Chelsea in the quarter-final first leg. He then scored a further 3 goals across both legs against Man City, including the Panenka penalty in extra time, which helped them reach the Champions League final. Regardless of whether or not Real Madrid win the Champions League final, I still think that Benzema deserves the Ballon d'Or and certainly deserves a place on this combined 11. And finally, at left wing, I've gone for Vinicius Jr. With 21 goals and 20 assists in all competitions, Vinicius Jr. has definitely announced himself on the world stage. While Sadio Mane also achieved 23 goals in all competitions, Vinicius Jr. managed 15 more assists than him. And considering that Vinicius Jr. is just 21 years old, I had to go for him ahead of Mane in this combined 11. I would also like to give an honourable mention to Jota and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has made a very big impact since he came to Liverpool in the January transfer window, and Jota has scored a lot of goals this season. So whilst I recognise that both players have had really good seasons, I cannot justify putting them ahead of Vinicius Jr. and Benzema. Now coming on to the managers, I found it really hard to choose between Ancelotti and Klopp. Ancelotti came in the summer and has already helped Real Madrid win the league and leading them to a Champions League final. On the other hand, Klopp has won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup and led his team to a Champions League final. So I find it impossible to choose between the two. So that's why I want you guys to comment below and choose who you think should manage this combined 11. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe.